Hello again, this is the Monday Morning Coffee Break with the Marketing Tipster. My name is Rob Butters. I'm a Principal Consultant with Frost & Sullivan. Let's jump right into today's theme, and that is Inbound is the theme, and we're taking your calls. The presentation today will go through four main topics centered around inbound marketing. First, we'll start off with some definitions on push versus pull marketing, some demographic considerations, conversations versus speech, and the tie that binds it all together. Throughout this, I'll highlight some tips and tricks that'll help us. Let's get going. First thing I want to talk about is the overall definition between pull marketing and push marketing. And this is pretty interesting in that those definitions, actually, I'm dating myself when you think about push and pull marketing. Sometimes we don't hear about it as much. We think about it as inbound and outbound. Pull marketing is when somebody actually takes action on something that we've done from a marketing perspective. Good example, they've taken action on a LinkedIn ad. They've posted something on Facebook that's proactive and looking for information. Push marketing is much more advertising in nature, banner ad presentation to people without them taking action, are good examples of the differences and explanations of the definition. Pull marketing is much less intrusive, however. And typically, customers that are engaging in pull marketing and taking action therein are much more comfortable. Now, here's the thing. Social engines are really driving pull marketing. There's so many different social engines that we can look at, from Facebook, LinkedIn, blogging, where people are actually taking action and being part of the conversation. Now, here's the thing. If we look at inbound and just think, okay, we're going to be handling inbound, we also have to consider outbound. Combined with corporate communications will yield the best. So hopefully throughout this presentation, I'll blend that theming together for that tip jar of the day. Here's some demographic considerations when we talk about inbounding. This is a great little factoid, and I love it. 84% of 24 to 35-year-olds have left a website because they found it intrusive. Now, I'm one of those people, and I'm not 35 years old, but I've certainly left a website because I have found it intrusive. I don't want somebody following me around. We need to make inbound marketing very interactive, so we have to have mobile considerations where the action that we're asking people to take is very easy to do on any mobile device, and that the content is appealing to the demographic. So what we want to do is make sure that we have the engines in place that actually we know what people have searched on, we know what content we need to provide, and then we combine that with all of the different elements that we want to bring to bear. Tip jar of the day. When we look at blogging, LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook, combine them and put a nice little brand wrapper around those things. Those are the real differences between just simply capturing leads and leads that will generate revenue. In other words, sales qualified leads where somebody has actually said, you know what, this is a great lead, I'm going to take action on it. Conversation versus speech. Inbound marketing is just that. Visitors are much more likely to listen than they are if they're being pushed information. The tone changes from a sell mode to an educate mode. This is a very important principle in pull marketing techniques and inbound marketing techniques, and that what we're trying to do is draw people into a conversation and educate them. And that we want to make sure that when they land, that they have some type of entertainment appeal. So we've heard the word gamification. Gamification is very simple in that gamification is really a way of looking at, putting a nice little game or something interesting into the mix. Inbound contacts must be aware. In other words, what we're talking about here is the call center agent that actually receives the call from the customer has to be aware of what they've consumed. It will change the conversation dramatically. So the tip jar of the day here is add a gaming element to the interaction. People love to be entertained, and if there's an entertainment factor therein, we'll have some good success. And lastly, wrapping it all up with best practices, I want to look at the segmentation and how segmentation, particularly in North America, is extremely important. And then what we have to do is look at brand and consistent messaging therein. What I mean by that, if we have a blog, if we have a Twitter ad, if we have a tweet, if we have LinkedIn ads, whatever it is, we want to make sure that the brand, that the corporate communications and the support therein, what I call the ether layer support, is really wound into what we have. So corporate communications and branding are key here, and what we want to do is make sure that outbounding is it does have diminishing returns, so make sure that we round in nurturing as things get rolling. So, really quick 5-6 minutes on inbound marketing, some tips and tricks for you from the tip jar. I'm Rob Butters. I can be reached at robert.butters@frost.com. Frost & Sullivan is here to serve you. Please visit our website, www.frost.com/IMS. Great content under the Content tab. Thank you, and have a great week.